From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar, Mrs. Galen. I think Mr. Welch told you I'd be around to see you.
Oh, yes. You're the special investigator the insurance company sent out.
That's right. Mind if I come in?
All right, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
In through here. Your company didn't waste any time, did they? Sending you out here, I mean.
No more than you did in filing your claim.
I have a right to it. With Eddie gone now, I need the money.
I see.
Sit down.
Thanks. How many keys are there to that door?
Keys? What do you mean?
Your front door. How many keys do you have?
Just one. Of course, Eddie had one. Why? What difference does it make?
Just about enough difference to hang somebody. Cigarette, Mrs. Galen?
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Los Angeles, to the home office, Trinity Mutual Insurance Company Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Kalen matter. Expense account continued.
That's quite a dramatic statement, Mr. Dollar. Are you prepared to name that somebody who may get hanged?
Not at the moment.
Could it be that you don't have a name?
That's possible, of course.
That you're just fishing, so to speak? Bluffing?
Now, why would I do that with you?
I don't know, frankly, but you must have come here for some reason.
Yes, I wanted to ask you a few questions. And you'd be smart to answer them, under the circumstances.
What circumstances? The only one I know anything about is the tragic one of losing my husband only 3 days ago.
You have my sympathy, Mrs. Kalen.
Sergeant Menosa questioned me for hours. There's nothing more to answer. Will you go now, please?
All right, if you say so. Your unwillingness to cooperate will undoubtedly prejudice your claim for the insurance.
That's all you care about, isn't it? Finding some excuse for not paying off the policy.
Now, wait a minute, Mrs. Kalen. I'm not crooked, and neither is the company. If a claim is legitimate, they pay it, always.
I'm sick of being under suspicion, of being accused.
I'm not accusing you of anything. All I'm after is some information. And if you refuse to give it... Good night, Mrs. Kalen.
No, wait. Wait, Mr. Dollar.
Yes?
Don't go. Come back, please. I'm sorry. I've been under such a strain, on edge. Forgive me.
That's all right. Forget it.
I didn't mean what I said, but I've answered so many questions. And to go through all of it again, well, it seems so pointless.
Yes, I understand. But I've found that people say things to me sometimes that they forget to say to the police. They're more relaxed, I guess. Don't feel they're on the spot so much.
That's true. But I thought it was just me.
No, you're not alone.
I remembered something like that after I talked to Sergeant Menosa. He wanted to know where Eddie hung out mostly, bars and so on. I could only think of two.
What are the names of the bars, Mrs. Kalen?
The Eloines on Beverly Boulevard and the Brass Monkey Inn down on the Strip. What difference does it make? Eddie wasn't killed in a bar.
No, but he probably met people there, talked to them. You see, it's a matter now of trying to reconstruct his life, step by step, right up to the moment he died. You'd be surprised how much bartenders see and hear. And remember.
I suppose they do. All right, Mr. Dollar. I'll be glad to answer any questions you want to ask.
Good.
One thing, though. I wasn't expecting visitors, of course, and I wonder if I could have just 5 minutes to change and freshen up a little.
Oh, well, that's unnecessary. I won't be here long.
But I'd feel better, really. Do you mind?
No, of course not. Go ahead.
I'll be right back. Pour yourself a drink, Johnny.
I had the drink and waited and got ready to brace myself. I've been through this before. Attack plan number 2, a common garden variety. When you can't beat 'em, join 'em. And when the joiner is a lovely woman, the maneuver usually starts with some paraphrase of, slip into something more comfortable. Why don't you have a drink? And a sudden switch to first names. And it always ends up with, you and I against the world. And, couldn't you forget just one little mistake? The little mistake being something like arsenic in a husband's coffee. Yeah, an old familiar pattern. And a first resort just as often as a last. She was gone 20 minutes, not 5, but it was time well spent. A carefully casual touch with the hair, makeup skillfully softened, perfume, and one of those frothy nylon jobs designed for that special evening in. Bugle call, charge.
Like another drink, Johnny?
Thanks. I still have some.
I think I could use one. Would you mind?
Sure. What do you have?
Scotch and soda, please. Thanks for being so patient. I feel better now.
More, comfortable, huh?
Something like that. Easy on the soda.
Right. There you are, Mrs. Keelan.
Thanks. Would you do something else for me?
Oh, I'd be happy to. But I don't know your first name.
Touché. All right. What are your questions?
How do you think it happened?
I don't know. Not some enemy, because Eddie didn't have any. Just friends. Too many friends.
Who are some of them?
There's only one who really fits the definition, who's really lasted. His name is Pete Steimer.
Pete Steimer. Where can I find him?
You can't. Or at least the police haven't been able to. Nobody's seen him since that night. He's had nightclubs off and on, and in between he makes books.
What about those other friends, the ones who don't last?
They drift in, drift out, depending mostly on whether Eddie had any money at the moment. Of course, there were women.
Oh?
Showgirls, mostly dancers, strippers, so on.
Know any of them?
Hardly.
Ever hear any of their names?
Always made a point not to. Otherwise, I'd have killed him long ago.
Did you kill him, Mrs. Keelan?
No.
Did you love him?
That's a good question. I think I'll have to pass it, though. I don't really know. I feel all hollow, smashed up inside over what happened. And yet there were times I'd have killed him myself if I'd had a gun. But there were other times, too, when it was so crazy sweet you wanted to die. Because you knew it'd never be like that again. Yeah, that's the way it was with Eddie. Mad, mixed up. Like watching a 10-ring circus from the front seat in a roller coaster. That's why women flocked around him. That's why they always ran from him later.
You didn't run.
Could I have another drink?
Oh, sure. Were you trying to run when you went up to Arrowhead by yourself?
Maybe. We'd had a fight. I ran out and told him I wasn't coming back. And only 3 days later, over the radio, I heard where he'd been found dead. Burned up in his car.
Here you go.
I guess they call it shock. I still can't really believe it, even though I know it's true.
Well, I guess you should know. I understand you're the one who identified the body.
I identified a wallet, burned black, a wristwatch, a ring. All of them things I'd bought for him. They told me there wasn't anything that could be called a body.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Keelan. I know this is painful
It's
for
all
you.
right. Like I said, I can't believe it. Not really.
Do you have any other reason for not believing Eddie is really dead? I mean, besides just a feeling.
No. No, of course not. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, it was just a question, that's all. Forget it.
But
Let's get back for a moment to another question. You said you were sure it wasn't some personal enemy who killed your husband. Then what do you think?
Well, the same as the police, I guess. They said Eddie won a lot of money that night from some gambler named Topo Leanley.
You don't know this Topo Leanley, huh?
No, but I suppose that's why Eddie was killed. The money wasn't found, so I guess it was robbery.
Did you know about the money?
Well, it all happened while I was up at Arrowhead. Anyway, if Eddie ever had any money, I'd be the last one to know about it. He always spent his money where it would show, where he'd get something for it. Laughs, bells, whistles, balloons going up. Not at home. Never.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sorry. Forget I said that. I hate women who sit around drooling with self-pity. Like you said. I didn't run. I guess maybe I did love him, Mr. Dollar. Is there anything else you...
No, I guess not. At least not tonight. You look a little beat.
Yes, I'm afraid I am. You go around trying to keep up a front, but it's been rough.
Yeah, I imagine. Well...
That business a while ago, fixing myself up a little. This robe. I just had to do it. There are times when a woman has to feel like a woman. In order to feel anything, even sane. I guess you wouldn't understand, though. And I'm afraid I gave the wrong impression.
No, I think I do understand now. And I also think I owe you an apology.
For what?
For walking in here with a preconceived opinion, for being rude, being wrong. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Forgiven. Forgotten. And come back again, please. Regardless.
I might, on one condition.
Yes?
Your first name. Would you mind?
It's Lila.
Thanks, Lila. Good night.
Good night.
I caught a flash of movement from the corner of my eye and whirled around just in time to see somebody slip off the corner of the terrace and edge into the shadows of the shrubbery. I stepped off the porch and moved toward the dark hedge of banana and scrub palm. I was watching for a sudden attack, but nothing happened. Then I heard a slight sound on the next terrace level up the slope, a rustle of bushes, an accidental scrape of a shoe on the cement walk, and I slipped along the walk. I stopped at the head of the steps and listened. Nothing. The only way out of the patio to reach the street was to come past me. I started searching. But even though I was on guard, when the attack came, it caught me off balance. All I could see was a dark shape and the glint of metal in an upraised fist. I grabbed the arm and twisted and drove my left into his stomach, and again. He rolled to his knees and raised his right hand, and again I saw the glint of metal. I jumped for him, grabbed his hand, twisted it back, and at the same time I swung my foot and kicked him in the jaw.
Johnny! Johnny, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Call Sergeant Reynosa, will you, Lila? He was out cold. I turned him over on his back and struck a match to get a look at him. He was a big man, stocky, bull-necked, blonde-haired. I slid my hand inside his coat and fished out his wallet and opened it. His name was Topo Leanley.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, we meet a Latin doll from Santa Monica, an erudite bartender, and a terpsichorean ecdysiast. And they're all in the cast. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
For your listening enjoyment, John Lund as Johnny Dollar.
Mitchell, Johnny. What do you know about the land of milk and honey?
Oh, at 4:30 in the morning.
The sun's been up for 3 hours in Beirut, Lebanon. And it's shining brightly on a happy man by the name of Brett Cunningham on a shipwrecked yacht.
Insured by you?
Uh-huh.
How much is Cunningham happy about?
$90,000. $10,000.
I don't blame him. Good night, Mitch.
The yacht went down in calm weather on a smooth sea, Johnny. Johnny?
Well, I've always wondered what milk and honey taste like.
We'll return to our program in a moment. But first, I'd like to talk to you about housekeeping. Recently, a woman was interviewing a prospective maid and asked her how she was on light housekeeping. Well, I'm sorry, ma'am, said the young lady. I never kept a lighthouse. I admit that's an old joke, but it generally gets a laugh. However, housekeeping is no joke. That's a job from which no one can escape, whether he lives in a house, an igloo, a military barracks, or a governmental building. Yes, housekeeping is a very important job, even in our government. Someone has to see that the plumbing doesn't leak, that electricity, oil, and coal aren't wasted, that the garden is kept in good shape, that the animals are fed, and that the people have a place outdoors in which to enjoy themselves. Actually, all these governmental household tasks are the work of the Department of the Interior, which at one time was called the Home Department. The biggest job of the department is conservation, the protection of the things that make our country a good place in which to live. The land, water, oil, coal, forests, minerals, fish, and wildlife. These are our natural resources. If it weren't for the conservation work of the Interior Department, before too long, all the farm and grazing lands would be washed or blown away, and all the wildlife would disappear from our fields and forests. Another important job of the department is the development of new natural resources and the caring for our national parks where people are free to go sightseeing or set up camp. And during wartime, the Secretary of the Interior has a special job, namely, making sure that sufficient oil and other fuels are available to our armed forces and defense industries. Yes, our governmental housekeeper, the Department of the Interior, has a most important and vital job in maintaining the comfort and welfare of every citizen of the United States.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Home Office, Eastern Indemnity and Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the milk and honey matter. Expense account item 1, $666.45. Airfare and incidentals between Hartford and Beirut, Lebanon. Quite a fabulous land, this one of Lebanon, where ancient mosques and biblical ruins stand hand in hand with the most ultra of modern hotels. And quite a fabulous character, this Brett Cunningham. I located him exactly 35 minutes after checking in at the St. George Hotel. He was just where everyone I questioned said he'd be. At the Es Suwaida, a swank gambling casino just outside of town on the Beirut-Damascus highway. He was standing at one of the wheels, all 6'4" of him, face flushed and grinning, surrounded by stacks of chips, and a young, svelte brunette who clung to him with one hand and a champagne cocktail with the other.
Faites vos jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Faites vos jeux, s'il vous plaît.
What do you say we try 13 again,
That would be real George, Fred. Real George.
Okay, baby, 13 it is. Are you Brett Cunningham?
Uh-huh.
Okay, Charlie, let her spin. My name is Johnny Dollar. I'd like to talk to you for a minute, Cunningham.
Some other time.
It's pretty important.
Don't spin her so hard the next time, Charlie. It takes too long to get action for my money.
You are American, no, mister?
That's right.
And I just think you are real George, Mr. American.
Well, thanks a lot. It's about that yacht of yours, Cunningham.
Insurance?
Yeah.
I figured. Hey, how about that? Stack 'em up for me, Charlie.
Oui, monsieur.
It's gonna be a big night, baby. A big night.
Oh, oui, Brett, real joy.
Hey, bonjour.
About that yacht.
You got my check with you, Dollar?
That comes later.
What comes now?
Some routine questions.
Such as?
Such as, how come your yacht went down in a smooth sea and calm weather?
Oh, worried about a fraudulent claim?
Are you?
Hey, put these on double O, Charlie.
Rien ne va plus. Rien ne va plus, mesdames et messieurs.
Well, Mr. Cunningham?
Oh, yeah. Well, she hit a derelict, dove in the bow, went down in less than 3 minutes.
Just like that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Then maybe you'd like to find out, huh?
Well, no harm trying.
Oh, sure. You do that, Dollar. You'll find me right here when you're ready to pay off.
Expense account item 2, $7.50. Cab fare to the casino and back to the harbor in Beirut. Obviously, I was getting nowhere trying to compete with a win streak and the sultry Nadja for Brett Cunningham's attention. But I figured I might do better with the man who'd sent in the official report on the sinking of Cunningham's yacht, Port Commissioner Floro. I found Commissioner Floro on the second floor of a baked clay office building, which was surrounded by bales of drying sheepskins and casks of olive oil and dates. A wheezing electric fan fought a losing battle with the overpowering heat, but it did succeed in spreading the odors around to maximum effect.
I regret that you are being welcomed by this unseasonable heat wave, Monsieur Dollar. It's a very unusual weather for Beirut at this season of the year.
I'll overlook the weather, Commissioner, in exchange for some information.
Oh, you have not read my official report on the sinking of Monsieur Cunningham's yacht?
I've read it, yes.
Ah, then it is not explicit enough for your purposes?
Well, I'm not sure. Would you mind running over the highlights for me again?
Oh, not at all. At approximately 10:23, the evening of the 28th of November, Monsieur Cunningham's yacht, the Happy Times, struck a submerged derelict some 200 meters off the coast of Lebanon. It went down within 3 minutes' time.
There's no question about that being the cause of the sinking?
We have a sworn affidavit to that effect, signed by Monsieur Cunningham and one sailor out of the crew of 8 who survived the sinking with him.
No other witnesses?
None.
Anything else to back up their statement?
A Lebanese gunboat proceeded to the scene the next day. It found considerable floating debris, such as deck chairs, life preservers, and a large pool of oil. Also, it located the derelict, which was reportedly responsible for the accident, and destroyed it with gunfire.
No sign of the yacht itself?
Sounding equipment located it resting on the bottom in some 70 fathoms of water.
Where was Cunningham going when he hit that derelict?
Oh, he was en route from Istanbul, Turkey to Beirut.
Pleasure trip?
Oui.
What about Cunningham himself?
Oh, he has visited Beirut several times during the past year. Apparently wealthy, his source of income is unknown to us. He devotes much of his time to gambling while here.
Any business associates? Friends?
Only the croupiers.
And that girl, Nadja?
Oh, well, there are many like her here in Beirut. With Monsieur Cunningham, it is a different one each visit.
Well, thanks for your trouble, Commissioner.
Oh, yeah, pas de quoi, Monsieur Dollar. However, I have the feeling you are not entirely satisfied with the results of this interview.
It was a clear moonlit night, Commissioner. A calm sea. There must have been lifeboats aboard.
That is correct.
I was just wondering why only 2 survivors out of a crew of 8.
You find it a disturbing factor, Monsieur?
Don't you?
Yeah, my duty ends with the factual reporting of what has occurred, Monsieur Dollar.
So does mine. Before I left him, Commissioner Floro gave me the name and the address of the sailor who survived the sinking. I found him deep in the native quarter, behind the bazaars, on a narrow, twisting street black with shadows that was called El Ekbad.
Oh, it is to be regrettable, Effendi. It is to be most regrettable.
What is?
My sweethearts, Effendi, they are so delicate, so sensitive. It is their feeding time. Interruptions disturb them. You understand.
You talking about those birds in there?
My sweethearts, Effendi. My lovely feathered darlings. They are so sensitive. I cannot talk now. You understand. You will excuse, please.
No, just a minute. You're Casimir Andescu?
It is so, Effendi.
My name is Dollar. insurance investigator. I'd like to ask you a few questions about the sinking of Brett Cunningham's yacht.
But what is there that Casimir Andescu, a humble sailor, could tell you about that, Effendi?
That's what I'd like to find out.
Very well. Come in, if you please. Here, Effendi. Please to be seated on the chapeau, if it does not offend you by its humbleness.
No, it'll do fine.
Now, if you do not mind, I will feed the hearts of my heart while we talk. They are so hungry, poor things, and they're so sensitive.
Oh, go right ahead.
I have collected them from all over the world, Effendi. My favorites, such as Fatima here, I take with me on all my voyages.
I'm interested in your last voyage. What happened?
It was so unfortunate, Effendi. It was about 10 o'clock on the night on the 28th of November, some 200 meters off the shore of Lebanon. The yacht she struck a derelict and went down in less than 3 minutes. So unfortunate.
Now tell me what really happened.
Effendi, I've sworn to this information before the commissioner of the port.
I read the report. I don't have to believe it.
Dear Krishna, beloved of all beloveds, for you, my sweetest one.
Well, Mr. Andescu?
Effendi, I am but a poor man.
How much?
You understand, it is not for myself that I ask, Effendi. It is for these poor ones here.
How much?
Andescu is a reasonable man. He will ask only for the 10% of the claim. $9,000.
Oh, I couldn't ask anyone to be that reasonable.
Is it 6,000, perhaps?
500.
Effendi, my ancestors would show me in paradise.
Well, that'd show pretty good taste. 500.
Oh, it is most regrettable, Effendi, but Andescu can tell you nothing.
Okay.
It is not that I am mercenary, Effendi. So far as money is concerned, I would not ask 1 dinar for myself. You understand what I am saying, Effendi?
Oh, sure. It's strictly for the bird. Expense account item 3, $27.50. A radiogram to Intelligence Division, Turkish Police in Istanbul. Expense account item 4, $3.50. Cab fare out to the Escowido Casino. The return trip being occasioned by a phone call just as I was climbing into bed for the night. Johnny Dollar.
Brett Cunningham, Dollar.
Oh, what's on your mind, Cunningham?
That check for $90,000.
Well, you sound anxious. Your win streak peter out?
No, still doing all right. But you've just hit all over the board.
Being cryptic doesn't suit your personality.
How about honesty?
I'll be happy to read any character references in the morning.
Wouldn't you rather read my signature on a quit claim to that insurance tonight?
You don't sound as though you've been drinking.
I haven't.
Well, why the sudden change of attitude?
Are you interested in analyzing me or in that quit claim?
Where are you?
At the casino.
I'll be right there.
You know, many great men have attained the highest office in our land, the presidency of the United States. Can you guess the name of this man? The son of a Baptist minister, he entered Union College at Schenectady, New York, at the age of 15. He was the 4th vice president to become president through the death of the chief executive. One of his first acts as president was the signing of the Civil Service Act. The territory of Alaska was organized during his administration, and standard time was adopted throughout the country. If you don't know his name by now, here are 2 more clues. While he was president, the American Federation of Labor was organized, and the Brooklyn Bridge was completed. Who was he? Chester Allen Arthur, 21st President of the United States. His life is part of your American heritage.
And now, with our star, John Lund, we bring you the second act of Yours Truly, Johnny Dollar.
was stopped at the edge of the casino parking area by an efficient-looking Lebanese police sergeant. Over his shoulder, I could see portable floodlights, a rope-back crowd, a twisted heap of metal that was once an automobile, and the slim, dapper figure of Port Commissioner Floro. I managed to catch Floro's eye, and he waved me inside the rope and past the guard.
May I ask why you have returned here to the casino at this hour, Monsieur Dollar?
Well, I'm not a gambling man, Commissioner.
It was to see Monsieur Cunningham, then.
That's a reasonable guess.
You have arrived too late, Monsieur.
Is that Cunningham's car?
Oui. Explosive wire to the starter. As you can see, his death must have been practically instantaneous.
Yeah. Efficient, if not neat.
Hey, why did you wish to see Monsieur Cunningham at this hour?
He called me. He said he was ready to sign a release on his insurance claim.
Oh, and why should he do that?
I don't know. And this won't help to clarify it any. For the next 3/4 of an hour, Commissioner Floro conducted a crisp, thorough investigation and came up with nothing. One of the police sergeants drove me back to my hotel. Nadja was waiting for me in the lobby.
Hello, Mr. Dollar.
Well, hello, Nadja. I see you're not wearing mourning.
You know you're real cute, Mr. Dollar. Nadia likes you.
Nadja liked Brett Cunningham, too.
Oh, sure. Brett, he was real yours.
Only now Brett is real dead. So now Nadja liked Mr. Dollar.
Oh, sure. Only Nadia likes something better than both of you.
Well, now that couldn't possibly be money, could it?
You're so funny, Mr. Dollar. But of course it is money. $90,000. American.
Did Cunningham promise you that insurance money?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you're too smart to have fallen for a line like that. And you must know that now, if the claim proves valid, it goes to Cunningham's heirs.
Sure. That is where Nadia comes in.
He named you in his will?
No. He married me. Nadia is Mrs. Brett Cunningham. Is that not real crazy, Mr. Dollar?
After Nadja dropped her little bombshell and took her giggling departure, I checked with Commissioner Floro, who in turn checked with the Public Records Administration. Brett Cunningham and Nadja had been married the evening before in the manager's office at the Estuado Casino. Expense account item 6, $17.25. Radio phone call to Istanbul, Turkey. I spoke with Chief Inspector Debrigi.
1,000 pardons, Mr. Dollar, for not having replied to your radiogram before this. But we have been having some difficulty in obtaining the information you request.
Well, that happens, Inspector. What have you run into?
We know that Mr. Cunningham's yacht, the Happy Time, sailed from Istanbul on the afternoon of the 24th November bound for Beirut. Our trouble has been with this motor schooner, the El Hussein.
The El Hussein. What's that?
Oh, a ship of Lebanese registry, 400 tons, launched in 1923. It was being towed by Mr. Cunningham's yacht.
Who is the registered owner, Inspector?
That is what has taken the time, Mr. Duff. We have no record of him in our files. We've been unable to learn anything about him. His name is Casimir Andescu.
A quick run over to the native quarter verified what I was already pretty sure of. Andescu had flown with his birds of a feather. Expense account item 6, $55 for the rental of a motor launch, equipped with skipper, hand winch, 100 fathoms of good steel chain, and a number of grappling hooks. We sailed out of Beirut Harbor and headed northward up the coast of Lebanon. Some 4 hours and 35 boring minutes later, the boatman roused me from the sun-induced doze.
There, Effendi, upon the shore. That is the ruined tower which you seek.
Fits Commissioner Floro's description, all right.
And now, Effendi?
We'll do some fishing. I dropped about 70 fathoms of chain overboard with grappling hooks attached, and we began trolling slowly back and forth, some 200 meters offshore. Approximately 2 hours before sundown, we got our first bite.
We have hooked something, Effendi.
Well, it's about time. Let's see what it is. Suddenly, someone objected to our finishing the job.
You should Johnny. It is coming from the shore.
From that ruined tower, I think. Come on, let's get out of here. Yeah, it's me, Commissioner.
I have expected you back hours ago. I was beginning to be concerned that something had happened to you.
It almost did.
I will tie up the fence.
Okay. Watch it.
Did you have any success on your search, Monsieur Dollar?
Well, that's a matter of definition. I've acquired a bad case of sunburn, a healthy respect for Tommy guns.
Pardon?
And this.
That? What is it, monsieur?
Well, it looks like part of the transom of a lifeboat. Care to look at the name on it? I couldn't make happy times out of it either.
El Hussein. Bien, what do you think now, Monsieur Dollar?
I think I'd better get some sunburn lotion.
It is you, Mr. Dollar. Oh, what has happened to your face? It looks so funny.
I was hoping you'd skip the compliments and invite me in.
Oh, sure, Johnny.
Thanks.
You come here not to pay neither the check, Johnny?
I'm going to do something better than that.
You're real crazy, Johnny. Nadia likes you.
How well do you like Casimir Andescu?
Him? He's a nothing. Why do we talk about him?
Well, if we don't, somebody might get the idea that you're guilty of fraud and murder.
Johnny, now you're not being real crazy anymore. Nadia did not do these things you say.
Somebody murdered her husband, Brett Cunningham.
Oh, sure, but Nadia did not do this.
And somebody tried to defraud an insurance company out of $90,000 by sinking an ancient wreck called the El Hussein instead of a yacht.
Oh, Johnny. Then you know about this. And now Nadia will not get the money.
That's the general idea.
That is not nice, Johnny. Why should you tell anyone? If Nadia gets the money, she would give you half. That would be a real joy, no?
You're missing a point somewhere, Nadia. Or didn't you know that you can't spend money in prison?
If Nadia tell you about Casimir and Eskew, then she does not have to go?
That depends on what she tells me.
Nadia will tell you the truth.
Oh, that'll be refreshing.
You see, my Brett, he was gambling in Istanbul. He lose much money to Casimir and Eskew, $15,000. And he cannot pay. Casimir does not like this.
Well, I don't blame him. That's a lot of money for a sailor not to collect.
Johnny, Casimir is no sailor. He's a big gambler, big smuggler, a real businessman.
My apologies to Casimir.
Anyway, for Brett to pay off, Casimir tell him what to do about the boat, and they will make the 50-50 on insurance. That was good sense, no?
Let's not stop to discuss ethics at this point, shall we?
Well, anyway, afterwards, Brett comes here. He gamble and win big. So he wants to pay Casimir back what he owes from Istanbul.
Brett figured he could collect all the insurance himself then.
Oui. It was smart of you, no?
Oh, sure.
But Casimir say no. And Brett get angry.
And that's when he pulled his dog in the manger bit.
What, Johnny?
He told Casimir that if he couldn't have it all, he'd see that Casimir didn't have any. So he phoned me to call the whole thing off. Just a bluff to scare Casimir into giving him a better deal.
Oui. Only Casimir, he got angry too.
And wired Brett's car for him.
Oui.
Where's Casimir now?
I think he's with the yacht, Johnny.
And where's that?
Up north, just beside of Tripoli, there's a small fishing village. Kabadi. Maybe you'll find him there.
Maybe. It's some 80 kilometers up the coast road from Beirut to Kabadi. Commissioner Floro's car made it in slightly less than an hour. It took some 40 minutes longer to make a few discreet inquiries and to locate the yacht in a well-concealed inlet. Even in the dark, the hasty remodeling work was apparent. A dummy stack, paint job, some false superstructure work. She couldn't have looked much like the trim yacht that had departed Istanbul a week or so ago. And even in the pitch dark below decks, it wasn't too tough to tell where Casimir Andescu was keeping himself.
Please, Effendi, I regret, but that is far enough.
We want to talk with you, Andescu.
That is so regrettable, Effendi. But it is night and sleep time for my sweetheart. They are so sensitive. To have their slumber disturbed would upset them for days.
You weren't that considerate about Brett Cunningham.
Oh, that one. A man of immoral stature, Effendi, without honesty or scruples. To such a one, the fate which befell him was most just.
You pulled a few fast shuffles in your time, too.
Effendi, you are attempting to approach with me? I should dislike very much to disturb my beloved with the sound of the firearms. You have no idea how objectionable the noise is to Fatima and the others.
You weren't so particular about the noise you made with that Tommy gun.
Yes. A regrettable incident. Unfortunately, the heat refraction upon the water disturbed my aim. Obviously, your fishing expedition was successful.
Successful enough to provide ground for your arrest on charges of fraud and murder, Monsieur Andescu.
That is most regrettable, Effendi.
I must ask you to drop whatever weapons you have and return to Beirut in my custody.
Oh, but you must understand that I cannot do that, Effendi. I simply cannot do that. There would be no one left to care for my sweetheart.
Watch it, Paul! Laurel?
I'm all right, Monsieur Dillon.
Shine your light into that corner.
See? Andescu should not have attempted to battle his way out, Dollar. It was the wrong thing for him to do.
He was right about one thing, though.
Oh?
Those birds did object to the noise. Expense account item 7, $703. Airfare and incidentals from Beirut, Lebanon, back to Hartford. Expense account total, $1,480.20. Incidental remarks, I'd still like to know what milk and honey taste like. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Percival, what?
He's head man at Tri-Western Life Insurance Company in Eugene, Oregon.
Oh, brother, with a name like that. What's bothering the dear boy, Pat?
Exactly $50,000.
Yeah, how'd he lose it?
He didn't. He wants to give it to the beneficiary of a life insurance policy.
What's the name of this beneficiary?
Jonathan Doe, also of Eugene, Oregon.
John Doe?
That's
now,
right.
wait a minute.
That's
You
right.
sure this isn't a gag of some kind?
Hardly. I have a photostat of the policy right here in front of me.
Okay, Pat, I'll take your word for it. I also take it that Percy wants to hand over the money but can't find this John Doe.
Right. But maybe you can.
Expense account at my usual commission based on face value of the policy?
Well, Johnny, we usually make that percentage deal on whatever you may be able to save the company. But in this case...
you'll stretch a point and give it to me.
I didn't say
Okay,
that.
Pat, it's a deal. I'll be in touch.
Johnny!
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. To the Tri-Western Life Insurance Company, Eugene, Oregon. Attention, Mr. Percival Leslie Fairfoot. Wow. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the really gone matter. Percy Fairfoot and a missing beneficiary by the name of John Doe. Oh, well, it's a living. So in spite of the late hour, item 1 is $162.85 plane fare, Hartford to New York to Portland, Oregon. For some reason or other, I couldn't get to sleep during the cross-country flight. Of course, it may have had something to do with the good-looking redhead in the seat next to me. In any event, by the time we pulled into Portland a few minutes after 4 a.m., I was bushed. Then I had to wait some 4 hours for the local flight to Eugene. It was after 11 a.m. when I finally walked into the office of Tri-Western on Jefferson Street. I was tired, hungry, and in no mood to bandy words with anybody by the name of Percy.
The office straight ahead, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks.
He's expecting you. Very anxious to see you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Well, come in, Dollar. Close the door and come in and sit down.
You're Percival Leslie?
Yeah, that's right. Call me Les. And come in, come in.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you look like you've been run through a ringer, Johnny. How about a little drink? Think that might help?
No, thanks.
Or is it because you've been nipping at the jug all the way out here?
Oh, hardly. Of course, there was that redhead in the seat next to mine.
Oh, yeah, those redheads, they'll do it to you every time. Good looking.
Well, I told you I didn't get any sleep.
Oh, baby, you're a man after my own heart. But now listen, did Pat McCracken tell you why I wanted to see you?
Something about a missing beneficiary.
Now, here's a story in a couple of nutshells or two. We got a lot of farms around here, big ones, little ones, all kinds. A few years ago, Harvey Wakeman and his family came out here. That's Mrs. Wakeman and his 20-year-old son, Ben.
It's Wakeman's policy that's involved?
Just let me give it to you my own way. It'll save time. Huh?
Yeah, shoot.
Well, Wakeman used to be a professor at some agriculture college somewhere back east. When his doctor told him if he didn't stop teaching and retire, he'd die before his time, why, he came out here and bought this farm up this side of Coburg and went to work on it.
He called that retiring?
Oh, he did wonders with it. And when he died a few weeks ago...
Wait a minute,
Yeah?
A wife and son?
That's right.
But he left the insurance to somebody by the name of...
That's right, to a man named Jonathan Doe.
Just who is this John Doe?
Ask me, Johnny. He isn't.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Ask me, Jonathan Doe is dead. Now, he must have known old man Wakeman was leaving him this money, so why isn't he around to collect it?
Yeah, I see. Tell me one thing, Les.
What's that?
How did Wakeman die?
Sound asleep in his own bed in his own house. Nothing to be suspicious about, if that's what you meant.
Okay. Now, let's get back to Jonathan Doe.
Wakeman's best friend, Johnny, had a farm just north of Wakeman's on a little side road. The way I understand it, Wakeman spent almost as much time this past year over at Jonathan's helping him out as he did on his own farm.
His best friend?
Yeah, that's why he left him the insurance money. After all, he left his widow and his boy his own farm worth 3 or 4 times that much.
I see.
But now my problem is I can't find Jonathan Doe.
Well, he just disappeared?
Just disappeared.
When?
About the same time Harvey Wakeman died, near as we can figure it. That was 3 months ago.
What did the police think?
Well, they decided the only thing we can do is wait. Maybe he'll show up again. But you ask me, Johnny.
Yeah?
That means wait for 7 years until he's legally presumed not to be alive, and then give the money to the secondary beneficiary.
Legally presumed not to be alive? That's a funny way to put it.
Well, that's the way Harvey Wakeman had me write it in his policy. But you know what it means, Johnny.
Sure, the statute of limitations. When someone fails to show up for 7 years, the law presumes him to be deceased.
But this company doesn't like that sort of stuff hanging over its head. So, Johnny, it's up to you. Either find this Jonathan Doe or more likely prove him dead. So how are you going to start?
You know something?
Yeah?
Well, you've given me so much to go on.
Right.
That, Les, I haven't the least idea.
The really...
Expense account item 2, $50 deposit on a rental car after a big lunch at Les Fairfield's expense. I crossed the Willamette, then drove north. A couple of miles this side of Coburg, I found the prosperous-looking Wakeman farm. As I pulled up in front of the house, a clean-cut young fellow in blue jeans came over to the car.
Afternoon, mister. Can I help you? I'm Ben Wakeman.
Yeah, hiya, Ben. My name's Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
Insurance investigator.
Oh, then you must be here because of Jonathan Doe.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure save you people a lot of time and trouble if Mr. Doe showed up, wouldn't it?
Any idea what might have happened to him, Ben?
Me? Why, no, sir.
Well, I have, Mr. Dollar.
I could hear you through the window. I'm Mrs. Wakeman, and I have a couple of ideas about what happened to him.
How do you do, Miss Wakeman?
You know what I think?
Well, now, Ma.
I think Jonathan Doe was just so broken up over my husband's passing that he couldn't bear just staying around not being able to do anything about it.
Ma,
They were the closest friends that ever lived, Harvey and Jonathan Doe.
Tell me, Mrs.
Pa spent more time with him, helping him, loaning him his implements.
Well, maybe
I guess our Alice Chalmers tractor's still over there. Ben?
I know it is, Ma. And as soon as Mr. Waverly says it's
All
okay,
right,
I'll...
all right. Yes, Pa spent more time with him lately than he did here. And with the Chocopaws going, well, I just think he went away.
Ma, I don't mean to argue with you,
Ben, the more you say no, the more I believe it's true. You just know the best way to keep me thinking something is to say it isn't so. You're just like your father was.
You said you had two ideas, Mrs. Wakeman.
Well, of course, Mr. Dollar. Any reason why this Jonathan Doe wasn't just, well, murdered?
Ma, please.
Any reason you know of why somebody might have murdered him?
Well, no, but just the same, it's a possibility, isn't it?
What sort of a man was Jonathan Doe?
Well, according to Pa...
No, I mean in your own opinion.
Well, you see, I just never did get around to meet him. Goodness knows I told Pa to invite him over here to Sunday dinner often enough.
Ben?
Sir? Well, that is, I never met him either. I offered to go over there with Pa a couple of times and maybe help him out, but...
You want the truth, neither Ben nor I ever really saw his farm close up until they told us he'd disappeared. It wasn't that Pa kept us away from him, it's just...
Well, who around here did know Jonathan Doe?
Well, actually, well, I guess even we wouldn't have known about him if it hadn't been for Pa.
That's true, Mr. Dollar. It's just...
Kind of funny that they knew so little about Mr. Wakeman's closest friend and beneficiary of his insurance. But the more I questioned them, the more sure I became that they really didn't. More important, tired as I was, Mrs. Wakeman's constant jabbering nearly drove me off my rocker. So, after learning that the Eugene police had made what little investigation there was, I drove back to town, dropped in at headquarters.
Well, you really should ought to talk to Sergeant Conroy, Mr. Dollar. He's the one really been out looking for that Jonathan Doe. John Doe, ain't that a laugh?
Yeah. Well, is Conroy around here now?
It's his afternoon off. I don't know where you'd find him. He'll be on duty 8 a.m. in the morning, though.
Okay, thanks. I'll catch him there.
Sure.
I spent the rest of the afternoon contacting everybody I could think of who might have had some contact with Jonathan Doe. At the post office, I learned the delivery man had only seen him at a distance, driving Wakeman's tractor across the field. None of the merchants remembered his having ever come in. I drove out into the country again, talked with other farmers living nearby. None of them knew anything about him, nor had ever seen his face. I drove to his farm, went over the place with a fine-tooth comb. Result? Nothing. Except, perhaps, that it was obvious he'd never owned a cart or any livestock, nor many of the usual agricultural implements either. As a matter of fact, the Alice Chalmers Mrs. Wakeman mentioned was the only motorized piece of... Wait a minute. No car. I went back to Eugene again, checked with ticket offices, bus, plane, and railroad. Nothing. I began to wonder if this John Doe ever existed. But then at City Hall, in the Hall of Records, I had that idea knocked right out of my head.
Well, here are the records, Mr. Dollar. All in order.
Now, look, tell me this. Did you ever see and talk to this man?
Well, no.
Well, who in this office might have talked to him?
Well, I would have. But, you see...
Hey, now, wait a minute. Where's the signature on these?
Well, you see, they were all signed by Mr. Waverly.
Waverly?
Well, that's lawyer John Waverly had his power of attorney.
Where'll I find him?
Well, I understand he went up to Portland this afternoon.
Oh, son of a gun. Somebody around this town must have known this Jonathan Doe, must have seen him somewhere, sometime.
Well, of course, Mr. Dollar.
All right, who?
Well, now, that's something I just don't know.
It was late, and I was beat, so I grabbed dinner in a room at the Barclay, that's item 3, 1170, and spent the next 9 hours getting some much-needed sleep. Item 4, first thing in the morning, $1.85 for breakfast. Then I barged on over to police headquarters again. Sergeant Conroy was cooperative enough, but not very helpful, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've learned just about as much about Jonathan Doe in one afternoon as I have in 3 months.
Yeah, but, Sergeant, it just doesn't make sense that no one, not one, around here is... Well...
If only I didn't know young Ben so well.
Man.
You've seen him? Chip off the old block. Just as hard-working, just as honest as his father was.
Well, what about him?
Well, anybody else but him, I'd have locked him up first and asked the questions later.
What are you talking about?
Speaking of that, you ever get so many answers to questions you didn't ask as when Mrs. Wakeman started
Wait a minute,
yakking
listen,
away?
Conroy.
Nice enough woman, I guess. I always did feel sorry for Mr. Wakeman having that mouth of hers around all the time.
Wait a minute, will you? What do you mean about young Ben?
The insurance,
What?
Secondary beneficiary, you know.
It's Ben who gets that money if Jonathan Doe never shows up?
That's right. Well, at least that's...
You're sure of that?
Well, that's what I understood from Les Fairfoot. He's the...
Yeah, I know who he is. But why he didn't tell me that? Conroy, I'll see you later.
Now, look, Dollar, I told you about that boy.
That boy is somebody I want to find out more about for myself. Expense account item 5, 10 cents for a telephone call to Les Fairfoot.
Johnny, you're not trying to tell me Ben could have killed Jonathan Doe to get that $50,000 7 years from now?
Didn't he?
Oh, I know that boy. I've known him for years.
Or maybe he paid him off to disappear this way.
When by simply staying around, he could get $50,000.
Are you sure that Jonathan knew he was beneficiary of that policy?
Well, I'd certainly imagine old man Wakeman would have told him so.
Wakeman ever say he did?
Oh, no.
You ever tell it to Jonathan?
I never even met him.
Not you nor anybody else, and I've been wasting all this time trying to find someone who did, who knew something about him. But, brother, that's all beside the point now.
What are you going to do?
Go out to that farm for a showdown with Ben Wakeman. Showdown? I'm afraid I kind of made a fool of myself trying to trick that boy into confessing that he disposed of Jonathan Doe. He had an answer for everything. But I mean a straightforward, honest, eye-to-eye answer. As for his mother...
Ben, who's worked so hard to take care of me and Paul ever since you first got sick, how can you say such a thing?
It's all right now, Mother. It's just Mr. Dollar.
It's just that he's accusing you of the most horrible, the most awful things, and he has no right to.
Well, look, Mr.
You think that Ben, this wonderful boy who's taken such good care of this farm, just like his father wanted, and who's even taken care of Jonathan's place ever since and taken care of us, I ought to scratch your eyes out for even thinking such a thing.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Wakeman.
You'd better be, and you just better get out of here.
Mother,
If
please.
I had any sense, I'd sue you. I'd call up John Waverly and
Wait
tell
a minute.
him...
Waverly?
That's right. Lawyer Waverly.
He was Dad's attorney, Mr. Dollar.
Your father's, too? Of course. Then he's the one I want to see.
Just don't you worry about that. You just come around here like this anymore, and you'll see him in court.
Mrs. Wakeman.
Go on now, get out of here.
Mrs. Wakeman, I may end up by owing you a big fat apology.
You certainly will, but right
But
now...
until I talk with this lawyer...
Right now, you can just get out of here.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I can't say that you were very wise, Mr. Dollar, trying to, shall we say, cross swords with Mrs. Wakeman. You see, she was one of the reasons Harvey Wakeman spent so much time on the farm of Jonathan Doe. Just to get some peace and quiet.
Yeah? Now, Mr. Waverly, let's stop beating around the bush. Are you going to tell me something about this John Doe?
No.
No. You're the one person I found. You had his power of attorney. You're the one person who must have seen him, must have known him.
No, Mr. Dollar.
No, what? What are you talking about?
Did you see Wakeman's insurance policy?
I know about it, naturally.
First beneficiary, Jonathan Doe.
Right.
The money to go to the second beneficiary.
That's Ben Wakeman.
Yes. At such time as Jonathan Doe legally is presumed not to be alive.
Sure, when the statute of limitations runs out at the end of 7 years. But it's kind of a screwy way to put it.
I had him put it that way.
Huh?
To said until such time as Jonathan Doe legally is presumed deceased would have meant nothing.
What?
That's right. For the simple reason that he was never alive.
Huh?
Ben is a young man. His father loved him very dearly. The boy meant everything to him.
Mr. Waverly.
Wakeman knew he didn't have long to live. He arranged it so that his farm and the profits from it would pass to his widow and his son.
Well, of course.
But he wanted to do more for the boy. after Ben had really reached maturity. And do it, incidentally, without seeming to slight his widow. So, by inventing this Jonathan Doe, putting the other farm in Jonathan's name, all of it completely legal, by the way, I attended to that myself.
It means the $50,000 can't possibly go to Ben while he's still a kid.
Exactly. Nor could his widow, and she's not the most level-headed woman in the world. Nor could she possibly upset the whole plan.
And the other farm?
I can show you papers in my files that will turn that over to Ben when he receives the insurance.
Well, I will be a monkey's. Then this Jonathan was the real McCoy. A real John Doe.
In the true legal sense. The fictitious name of a completely non-existent person. But for such a sound, logical, for such a good reason, Mr. Dollar, that I... Tell me.
Yeah?
Don't you agree it's best if neither Ben nor his mother find out about this until, say... until about 7 years from now?
Yeah. Sure. So, Les, you can just hold this $50,000 payment outside and outstanding for a while. And don't forget to keep up the interest on it. Also, I think you have sense enough to keep your mouth shut about it. So, expense account total, including another hotel bill and the trip back to Hartford, $40105. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a very clever device to cover a murder. And it almost worked. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Lawrence Dobkin, Marvin Miller, Sam Edwards, Junius Matthews, Stacey Harris, and Bart Robinson. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Dan Coverly speaking.